Hello dear listener, dear viewer, my name is Mompoloki Lerumo Mogobe. As usual, coming to you in this program, Mogobe's Nuggets of Wisdom podcast, trying to bring you excellent and wonderful content. I'm sure you're asking yourself, why am I dressed like this? I'm dressed like this because I'm going to talk about restaurants. This cap belongs to one of the franchises which I own, called Nona's Italian Kitchen, as well as this attire. So I wanted to fill the part. We also I have an interest in another restaurant called Black, which stands for Bistro, Lounge and Cocktail Kitchen. So the issue of customer service is an issue that is of great importance. Yesterday I received a phone call from Duma FM where they were asking me to share with them the crucial aspects or important aspects of excellent customer service in a restaurant. So I've decided to put together the top 10 nuggets of wisdom on excellent customer service from the point of view of a waiter in a setting of a restaurant. A lot of restaurants have fallen because they could not keep up with the customer service levels that are internationally expected of them. Because there are three things that are expected in a successful restaurant. One is vibe, one is excellent food, and the other is great customer service. So today I'm going to focus on great customer service. They've conducted surveys internationally. One particular survey that I studied had to do with patrons being asked to go into different restaurants and spend a period of 90 minutes in those restaurants and to share in the form of a survey their customer satisfaction experience and their views on what is important and what's not. And one particular study that I read about said that in the entire 90 minutes, three things stood out head and shoulders above everything else that were seen as the most crucial and most important things in terms of customer service. One was quickness on being greeted at the door. Two was the speed with which drinks were replenished or refilled. And three was how quickly was the bill or the check given to the patron or to the customer on the completion of the customer service experience at a particular restaurant. So these experiences were seen as taking a total of roughly 4.4% of the entire period. They take 4.4% of the entire period of 90 minutes, and yet they contribute, it was found, more than 90%, more than 40% to the level of satisfaction of the customers. Something that contributes 40%, that occupies 4.4 minutes, is seen as being most important. So I'm going to give you 10 top nuggets of wisdom on what you need to successfully woo your customer in terms of excellent, wonderful customer experience, in a way of ensuring that there's customer retention, that old customer comes back, and also that you ensure that new customer is wooed and is satisfied to stay with you. Number one, greet the customers within 10 seconds, literally 10 seconds from walking into the door. The customer must have someone greeting him. Other restaurants, they ensure that they have a host or hostess, smart looking, well dressed hostess to greet the customer as they arrive. So that crucial 10 seconds, I beg your pardon, is very, very important. Number two, attend to the guest with the menu. In other words, hand the menu to the guest within literally 2 minutes of them sitting down. Avail the menu. Make sure that customer is looking through the menu and you are smiling throughout that entire period. Waiters have to learn to smile. Even if you have to grin from ear to ear, there's nothing wrong with that. Number three, get the drinks also within 120 seconds, which is 2 minutes of sitting down. Make sure that drinks are provided to that customer. Don't, as a restaurant, I would advise you not to make cocktails that are complicated and difficult to make. Make the type of cocktails that can be fixed and brought about within a space of 2 minutes, because the customer expects it. And from the survey that was done, as I told you earlier, this is very, very important to the customer. Number four, check back. As a waiter, you must frequently check on the customer every 2 minutes. You should not take a period of more than 120 seconds without checking on the customer to see, even after the food has been dropped, to see whether they need anything else, to see whether there's any other requirement that the customer may be looking out for. So check at the customer within 2 minutes of the food being dropped, and make sure that every 2 minutes you check on the customer. The key thing about restaurants is attentiveness, attentiveness, and attentiveness. Yesterday I was actually giving a talk to my staff at the restaurant, and I mentioned to them that in real estate we hear that the most important thing is location, 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 but in restaurants it's attentiveness, attentiveness, and attentiveness. And if you look at all these top 10 nuggets of wisdom, they all have to do with attentiveness. Number 5, keep the drinks filled up at all times. Come back every now and then after the customer has sat down and make sure that the drinks are replenished. Make sure that you ask the customer, can I fill up your drinks? Can I do something? Do not grab your smartphone. In fact, in our restaurants, waiters are not supposed to be anywhere near their smartphones, and in addition to that, waiters are not supposed to be going for smoking breaks during the customer service experience. In fact, increasingly, we're now asking that the waiters who come to us should not be smokers, because smokers tend to disappear to go to the toilets to smoke while neglecting the customers. Number 6, I work as a team. Teamwork is so vital, not just in sports, also in business, but most vitally in restaurants. Don't say that this particular table is taken care of by Susan, by Tom, or somebody else, and then you go past leaving napkins, leaving all sorts of things there. You must consider that in as much as Ronaldo and Messi or anybody like Michael Jordan or any star performer depends on a team, in a restaurant too, it doesn't matter how good you are at your job, you depend on a team for survival, for support, for sustenance, for the success and failure of a restaurant. So team effort, I cannot emphasize that more strongly. Going ahead with number 7, ensure that once you've the customer has finished eating or has finished taking the first round, or maybe you are having a several course meal, once they finish that, make sure that napkins, otherwise known as tissues as in this part of the world, are removed without any delay. Straws and things like that are removed, because you want the customer to finish eating with class. You don't want clutter and all kinds of rubbish on the table. So remove tissues and plates and any other substances like straws as soon as possible. Number 8, offer dessert or ice cream or something else to the customer. Your job is to constantly smile and try to sell up to the customer. Selling up or upselling, I think it's better to call it upselling, is very, very important. If a customer has just finished eating something, you must say, would you not like this with this? Would you not like to be also given this? So your job is to continually and repeatedly upsell to the customer, so that the customer has a wonderful, exciting, and beneficial experience. Keep in mind that the customer is not coming there necessarily because of the cheapness of the food, or necessarily because they are too lazy to cook. The customer is coming there for the experience, for the relaxation, for the attention that they are given when they are in a restaurant. Number 9, bring the check. And this I mentioned is one of the 3 important things that the survey found. Bring the check or the bill within 60 seconds of request. Do not delay any bills, no matter what. If the restaurant is busy, ask for help from others. Make sure that the bill is made available to the customer quickly. Normally when the customer asks for a bill or a check, it's because they want to leave and they want to go somewhere in a hurry. So do not delay on that. It's very, very important. Number 10, make sure that you see the customer off. What does that mean? Walk the customer out as they walk out the door. Do not just wave at the customer. Do not just scream and say, bye-bye, see you later, or it was nice seeing you. Don't scream. Whatever you do, don't shout at the customer. Walk the customer out of the restaurant very nicely. Oh, I hope what we did was to your satisfaction. I hope you'll visit us again, and say hi to so-and-so if you happen to know that customer. Engage in a conversation. Act as if the customer is visiting you at home and you are simply walking them out of your place. Now, as usual, dear listener, dear viewer, I always come up with number 11, which is a bonus. Number 11 in this case is that keep smiling. Keep smiling. If you have to grin from ear to ear, learn to smile.
It must not be a forced smile. It must come naturally, because the customer can see pretentiousness, can see if you are not happy. They are able to tell from a distance, because you need to demonstrate positive body language. Just beyond the smile, your positive, your energy level and your body language must be positive at all times. You always be smiling, always walking, always show joy, always show positivity, no matter what. This is the most important thing you are selling: positive energy and excellent customer service experience. So there it is, dear listener. Those are the top 10 nuggets of wisdom on providing excellent customer service for restaurants, and especially for ensuring that you have what is known as customer retention, and that customer comes back the next day. And the dear listener, I'm asking you please to subscribe to this channel, and thank you. Until next time, it was Mompoloki Lerumo Mogobe, and it was a pleasure sharing with you. Thank you.